defiled my sanctuary with all thy detestable things, and with all thine abominations. Therefore will I also diminish thee, neither shall my eye spare, neither will I have any pity. A third part of thee shall die with the pestilence, and with famine shall they be consumed in the midst of thee. And a third part shall fall by the midst of thee by the sword round about thee. And I will scatter a third part into all the winds, and I will draw out a sword after them. Thus shall mine anger be accomplished, and I will cause my fury to rest upon them. And I will be comforted, and they shall know that I, the Lord, have spoken it in my zeal, when I have accomplished my fury in them. Moreover, I will make thee waste and reproach among the nations that are round about thee, in the sight of all that pass by. So it shall be a reproach and a taunt, an instruction and an astonishment unto the nations that are round about thee, when I shall execute judgments in thee in anger and in fury and in furious rebukes. I, the Lord, have spoken it. When I shall send upon them the evil errors of famine, which shall be their destruction, and which I will send to destroy you, and I will increase the famine upon you, and I will break your staff of bread. So I will send upon famine and evil beasts, and they shall bereave thee, and pestilence. The blood shall pass through thee, and I will bring the sword upon thee. I, the Lord, have spoken it. The Lord has spoken it. But this is only the beginning of the warning. There's so much more to cover here. Now, Ezekiel 5 is a warning about God's impending judgment on Jerusalem due to the city's rebellion, idolatry, and corruption. Ezekiel shaving his head into three parts represents the destruction the city would face: one-third famine and disease, one-third by the sword, and one-third scattered among nations. A small remnant would survive, but even they would face hardship and dispersion, though some would be supernaturally protected. So this means that even if you are supernaturally protected, you will still face hardship and dispersion. God is sparing no one. Reasons for judgment: consequence of Jerusalem's sin, idolatry, and a greater degree of rebellion than the surrounding nations, defiling God's sanctuary with detestable practices, charging God's laws into, or changing God's laws into an excuse for wickedness. Consequences for survivors: the scattering to the nations is not an escape, as God promises to pursue them with famine, wild beasts, and the sword. The judgments were intended to be a public testament of God's righteousness and power, even for those outside of Jerusalem. God needed to display for those who thought that he could not see the wickedness, the sin, the idolatry. And that is why he says, I, the Lord, have spoken it. He wanted them to see, to know, and to see that he sees all, he knows all, and the day of judgment has come. Serves as a stark warning to other nations and people who might turn away from God's law, showing that unrepentant sin leads to severe consequences. Okay, so this is Ezekiel 6, but I want to give God's word directly before breaking down each chapter. And this message I like to save for Ezekiel 6. So stay tuned. Ezekiel 6 will be covered next.